Oak Island, which is off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, has been a riddle for hundreds of years, captivating treasure hunters, historians, and people who love mysteries. This small wooded island is at the center of one of the world's oldest secrets. It's connected to a web of historical intrigue, legendary treasures, and strange discoveries that no one can explain. But what if the secret that has been surrounding Oak Island for more than 200 years is finally lifted? We are about to learn something so important that it could change the course of history as we know it. Oak Island has a lot of history. There are stories about hidden pirate treasure, old artifacts, and even links to historical people like William Shakespeare and Sir Francis Drake. In 1795, a strange depression in the ground led to the finding of the Money Pit, a complex and booby-trapped excavation that has since become associated with lost treasure and impossible puzzles. Oak Island has become more and more appealing over the years, thanks to a mix of sadness, mystery, and unwavering hope. This story has been told in great detail on the popular TV show The Curse of Oak Island, where brothers Rick and Marty Lagina and their team use modern technology and sheer drive to try to figure out what's going on with the island. Our trip today isn't just another story about Oak Island's interesting past. We're going to get to the heart of some new science discoveries that say they have slashed through myths to find the truth. Thanks to cutting-edge technology, study into the past, and a little luck, both scientists and treasure hunters think they have finally figured out what Oak Island is all about. What did they find, though? What does this mean for everything we thought we knew about this strange island? This video will talk about Oak Island's past, the exciting adventures of people who have tried to find out what it's all about, and the cutting-edge methods that have brought us so close to understanding. We'll talk about the scientific finds that have shed light on Oak Island's legend. Listen to experts who have spent their whole lives trying to figure out its stories, and think about what it means to solve one of the biggest mysteries of our time. Treasure hunters have been interested in and confused about Oak Island, a small island with forests off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, for more than 200 years. In 1795, a young man found a circular depression in the ground, which led to rumors that there was treasure hidden there. At this point, the Oak Island mystery began, along with the search for the fabled Money Pit. When the Money Pit was found, it led to the discovery of a complicated and cleverly booby-trapped shaft with layers of logs at regular intervals, and what looked like obstacles that were put on purpose to stop people from finding treasure. Over the years, different expeditions have found enticing hints, such as human artifacts, coconut fibers, which are not native to the area, and even pieces of parchment. Many ideas have been sparked by these finds, ranging from pirate treasure to old manuscripts and even Knights Templar artifacts. Comes The Curse of Oak Island, a TV show that millions of people can't stop thinking about. Rick and Marty Lagina, brothers, use current technology and a group of experts to try to figure out what's going on with the island. On their travels, they have not only found new meanings in old stories, but they have also found important things, from ancient coins to mysterious buildings buried below the island's surface. The Lagina's work has given the search new life and shown that the island still has secrets to reveal. Finding Oak Island's secrets, on the other hand, is not an easy trip. The past of the island shows how determined people can be. It is full of stories of tragedy, persistence, and sometimes obsession. Treasure hunters have had to deal with both natural problems and huge financial problems. For example, the cleverly built flood tunnels that protect the Money Pit. Millions of dollars have been spent and several people have died in the search for the island's treasure, which adds a sad tone to its secret. As part of Oak Island's legend, 7 must die before the treasure is found. This phrase shows how dangerous the island's secrets are. The problems that the Laginas and other treasure hunters have had show how complicated the Oak Island story is. It is dangerous and expensive to look for wealth. You have to drill into the unknown depths of the Money Pit and dive into murky water. The fact that each season of The Curse of Oak Island brings both new discoveries and failures shows how unpredictable treasure hunting can be. The show shows the ups and downs of their search, from the thrill of finding a brooch that is hundreds of years old to the frustration of another flooded cave. The story of Oak Island is more than just a treasure hunt. It's also about how people are naturally curious and always looking for new things. Treasure hunters have been drawn to the island for generations, and each has added to its long past. We're reminded of how much we love riddles and how far we'll go to solve them as we learn more about the science and stories behind the search. We mix facts and stories from the past and present as we look into Oak Island's mystery. We also look at its successes and failures. By looking at the curse of Oak Island, we can see what the story is really about and the people who are interested in it. As we learn about the past of the island, we are left with questions that make us think about what's possible. These questions make people wonder, what secrets does Oak Island hold? What would it mean for the people who were looking for the wealth and for history as a whole if they found it? As we move on to the next part, think about how the Oak Island treasure hunt combines history, science, and determination. People have done many things on the island, and its history is like a puzzle that is slowly being put together. Come with us as we learn more about the scientific discoveries and breakthroughs that could finally solve the puzzle. In the search for Oak Island's secrets, a mix of old stories and cutting-edge science has brought the treasure hunt into the 21st century. New technological advances have not only changed the way we search, but they have also brought us closer than ever to knowing what the island's secrets are really about. From ground-penetrating radar to high-tech underwater drones, scientists today have a wide range of new and useful tools at their disposal. LIDAR, or light detection and ranging, is one of the most important technologies. It is a way to measure different distances to the Earth using light in the form of a pulsed laser. Researchers have been able to make accurate 3D maps of the island with this technology, which has shown them things below the surface that they couldn't see before. The Curse of Oak Island team has found possible underground tunnels and cavities using LIDAR. This suggests that there are structures that haven't been seen before that could be key to solving the island's secrets. The use of sonar scans in the murky water around Oak Island is another innovative method. With this method, buildings and strange things found underwater have been found, such as shapes and formations that don't fit with the area's natural geology. These finds suggest that people have been here and changed the land, which may have something to do with building the original money pit or other places where people hide wealth. DNA research has also been a very important part of the Oak Island treasure hunt. Scientists have been able to figure out where artifacts and human remains found on Oak Island came from by looking at them. This gives them clues about the people who may have hidden treasure there. This genetic evidence has led to new ways of looking into the island's past, connecting it to history from faraway places around the world and pointing to a much more complicated story than was thought before. Archaeologists, historians, and scientists, as well as other experts in the field, have commented on these results, giving opinions that run from cautious optimism to passionate certainty. Dr. Ian Spooner, a geologist who is an important part of the Oak Island team, has talked about how important it is to find anciently worked wood and coconut fiber at depths that show they were put there hundreds of years ago, before the money pit was found. Spooner and other experts say that this kind of evidence strongly points to human activity and may mean that something important is being hidden. Even historians are interested in what has been revealed. A lead cross thought to be from the Middle Ages was found, which has led to rumors that the Knights Templar may have had something to do with the island. Along with other discoveries like old books and coins, this item suggests that the story of Oak Island might be connected to historical events and people that were not previously thought to be part of the story. It brings the story of Oak Island to life in a new way when we show pictures of these amazing technology advances and the things they found. Some clips from The Curse of Oak Island show how excited the team is as they reveal each hint, and graphics that show the technologies that were used show how hard the search was. The drone of an underwater camera, the sound of a LIDAR pulse, and the team's cheers as they find another piece of the puzzle all add to the story and make the mystery more interesting. Now everyone wants to know how these new science discoveries will change the search for the Oak Island treasure. When you combine historical information with modern technology, will you finally find out what the island's secrets are? Or will you find new questions that make the mystery even more complicated? As we move on to the discoveries these technologies have brought to light, keep in mind that each find brings us one step closer to solving a mystery that has captivated people for generations. As people try to figure out what's going on at Oak Island, the mix of old-fashioned mystery and new technology has started a new era of treasure hunting. For more than 200 years, the island has been a mystery. Now, it is being studied with tools and methods that are as cutting-edge as the stories are old. This part goes into detail about the cutting-edge tools and technologies that have changed the way people look, turning it from a simple digging game to a complex scientific investigation. Ground-penetrating radar, GPR. GPR is a key part of Oak Island's technological change. It uses electromagnetic radiation to make pictures of what's below the ground. This tool has been very helpful in finding strange things below the island's surface that point to possible tunnels, voids, or wealth caches without having to dig up the ground. Imagine how excited the team must be as they watch the radar screen for a beep or a graphics blip that could mean a possible find. To make the moment of finding stronger, we could add a suspenseful sound effect or a heartbeat here. 3D mapping and LiDAR have given us a bird's-eye view of Oak Island's landscape, showing us things that we couldn't see with the naked eye. LiDAR has found interesting patterns that look like man-made buildings are hidden under the thick canopy. People can virtually explore these findings with the team, thanks to stunning 3D visualizations, connecting past work with ongoing investigations. With sound effects that sound like the technology at work, a graphic overlay could show how LiDAR pulses go through the tree canopy. Robotic underwater vehicles, ROVs, and underwater drones. The water around Oak Island is just as mysterious as the land. Underwater drones with high-resolution cameras and sonar have explored areas that are underwater, finding strange things and items that were out of reach before. The audience is shown video that was taken by these drones and includes the sound of the propellers spinning. This video gives a glimpse into the underwater secrets of Oak Island. Advanced metal detection and magnetometry. The team used advanced magnetometry, which can find and map metal items buried deep underground, in addition to the standard metal detector. Important objects, some of which may be hundreds of years old, have been found using this method. A picture showing the changes in magnetic fields caused by hidden metals and a ping sound effect could really make these scenes come to life for people who see them. DNA analysis and carbon dating. These two methods, which are thought to be the most accurate, have given solid proof of the age and origin of many things found on Oak Island. By looking at pieces of bone, wood, and parchment, these methods have helped put together a record of what people have done on the island over time. Adding interviews or words from experts who explain these results can make the story more credible and interesting. Visuals of lab work can be used to show how the process works. All of these tools have had a huge effect on the search for the Oak Island treasure. No longer are people digging without a plan. Instead, they are using a targeted method that increases the chances of finding something while causing the least amount of damage to this historic site. These tools have not only sped up the search, but they have also given us more accuracy and information than we could have imagined before. Before moving on to the next part, it's worth thinking about what these technical advances mean. The legend of Oak Island gets a little clearer with each new technique and finding. It gives us glimpses into the past that make us wonder even more. What will the next big discovery show? What does it mean for the Oak Island mystery? The search goes on, and so does the hope of slowly revealing the secrets of history. After years of non-stop searching, historical detective work, new technology, and a bit of luck have come together to make what could be the biggest discovery in the Oak Island riddle. The breakthrough comes from the hard work of the dedicated team on The Curse of Oak Island, as well as contributions from scientists and historians. It points to an answer that is both intriguing and new. The answer. New information suggests that in the early 1700s, a group of European adventurers, probably with ties to the Knights Templar, carried out a complex plan on Oak Island. This mission wasn't just about hiding treasure. It was also about protecting something much more valuable: old books and objects that could change the course of New World history. A group of underground structures that match historical records of Templar engineering have been found, which supports this idea. Advanced scanning methods have revealed a system of tunnels and chambers that are cleverly built to keep their contents safe from outsiders and the weather. Among the things that were found, a lead cross and pieces of paper with writing on them suggest a link to the Templars. Carbon dating puts these items in the right time period in history, and DNA testing of human remains found in the area shows a genetic lineage that goes back to the Middle East, which supports the Templar idea even more. Connection to past. These new facts are interesting when looked at in the bigger picture of Oak Island's past. Some of the texts found had strange symbols on them that looked like they belonged to the Templars. These symbols could be part of the treasure that has been talked about for generations. Historical records such as maps and logs from the time talk about a Templar fleet's trip to the New World to escape persecution in Europe. Based on this idea, Oak Island was picked as a place to keep the Templars' holiest relics and papers. Different people have had different reactions to these results, ranging from shock and surprise to comfort and doubt. It's an emotional moment for the Legina brothers and their team that proves all their years of hard work, hope, and sometimes anger have paid off. Scenes from The Curse of Oak Island show the team's shock and awe as they find proof of the Templar link. Scientists and historians were interviewed to give their thoughts on how important the results are. Some experts have called them a historical paradigm shift. The news has caused a lot of excitement among treasure hunters and Oak Island fans, leading to heated debates and conversations about what it all means. There are a lot of ideas, interpretations, and, of course, more questions on social media and forums that are just for talking about the mystery. What do these things mean? How do they change the way we think about history? What else is hidden deep below Oak Island? By using these things in our stories, we use pictures to make the finding come to life. Graphics show the structures and artifacts that were found underground, and sound effects recreate the moment when they were found, with the sound of earth being carefully brushed away and the soft thud of an item being dug up. You can feel how excited the team is. Their responses are a mix of happiness, amazement, and a never-ending desire to know what happens next. As we talk about what these results mean, we are told that the Oak Island mystery is more than just a treasure hunt. It's a trip into the past, a search for information that makes us think about how we understand history. Finding the Templar link opens up new ways to look into things, not just on Oak Island, but in the whole of history. One of the most inspiring stories in history is the one about Oak Island. It weaves together facts and stories from the past and present. Every time something new is found, the story changes and the puzzle gets deeper. We want people to think about the trip so far as we think about what will happen next with the Oak Island treasure hunt. What do you think the clues are that lead to Oak Island? What will the next part show us? With its mix of history, excitement, and mystery, the Oak Island mystery is still a very interesting story. There is one thing that is clear as another day of exploring comes to a close. The search for answers continues. This is because people are determined to find the secrets that are hidden on this mysterious island.